and welcome to the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel. I'm Jared. Today we're doing an unboxing of the newest delivery from Garphill Games. This is Circadians Chaos Order. This is a brand new game. I also had delivered the Circadians First Light, which I'll get to an unboxing of that later, but that one has already come out. It's just the second edition. So today, though, we're looking at Chaos Order. It's a brand new one. It's a lot heavier. It's designed by S.J. Macdonald and Zachary Smith. Of course, Macdonald worked with Shem Phillips over there to work on the West Kingdom, of the North Kingdom games, that sort of thing. So let's just kind of pop it open and see what we got. Now I'd like to read what's on the back and kind of get an idea for this. So it says, Circadians Chaos Order is a competitive, confrontational area control game with highly asymmetric factions. Each faction has unique leaders and attributes, all of which are upgradable within the game. They also have unique buildings to construct and their own personal win condition. This is in addition to the global win condition of controlling all remaining relics on the map. Over the course of up to 6 rounds, players will be researching, constructing buildings, and harvesting resources. They will also be recruiting and moving units, all in an effort to capture the ancient relics, control regions vital to their strategy, and gain enough fame to be crowned the winner of Chaos Order. There's a little bit of story here as well. It says here it's 2 to 5 players, ages 12 and up, 2 to 4 hours. All the components listed and everything kind of a display. So I'm going to read the story real quick. Feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to hear about it. Okay, the initial quakes were only minor tremors, but as the land began to unravel, so did our sense of security. We watched the cliffs of Hiztask fall into the sea, mighty trees of old swallowed up by the caverns below. As the waters rose, a great roar was heard across the plains. This was no cry of disbelief or heartache, but of the jubilance. Songs began to fill the air as our once peaceful hosts now readied themselves for war. Suddenly on the horizon, what appeared as huge bolts of energy shoot out into the depths of space before disappearing again. Despite the inevitable shockwave heading our way, the clans continued to cheer as they made haste towards the origin of the blaze. What could cause such elation? Why abandon caution in favor of chaos? Had we missed something, some crucial misunderstanding of this planet and its inhabitants? Upon reaching the site, we were immediately plunged into combat. Across the landscape lay 6 massive structures towering over the forces fighting below. They seemed to pulse and flicker with a golden haze. Could these be the ancient relics the Oxataya speak of? There is so much we still do not understand, but we cannot concede to indecision. Will we stay and fight or retreat back to Moontide? So there you go. Heavy sci-fi. Believe this has got a very heavy rating on, complexity and crunchiness and stuff. So let's break this open. This has kind of got that textured feel of it. There's no UV spotting. We have the rulebook right on top. It's pretty large, fully illustrated, a lot of examples, details here on all the setup and phases of the game. Looks pretty good. Shouldn't be too bad to read through. All right, we've got a whole bunch of player aids, I think. So just different characters, because there are, there's the AI player right there. So you can solo this or maybe just add it in. I'm not sure. And it says 2 to 5, so I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5, because here's the 5 factions that you can potentially be, and they are asymmetric, variable type of powers and setups and stuff. These also go with them, but I'm not sure quite yet how to assemble them. I don't want to do that on camera. Did I get an extra one of these? Or, oh, okay, there's 2 of each. Interesting. So, these little pop out here, and they're going to fold up and kind of hold, I think, some cards and your components and stuff. So, looks like there's a lid and a top kind of thing. So you're actually making a box that's going to fold down into itself. So this is what's going to be in your little box. Perfect. But like I said, I'm not going to assemble them on camera because, who's got time for that? Let me set these aside. All the different colors here. I'm wondering if there's going to be space in the box to align the different boxes that we're going to build, but we'll take a look. So on top here, we've got a punch board. You know, this one here, you've got a full player board for the Oxataya, and of course these are I think one of the factions that live on the planet that you're on here. All sorts of symbolism here, and of course without reading the rules or having played it yet, I can't really describe what they mean, but I'm sure all your components are going to sit on there very much like a Terra Mystica or Gaia project. So there's some more tokens. This is like looks like an underground type of tile for some of the landscape. Some various tokens here. Okay. And so, yep, you're going to have these little punch outs for your character. You're going to have some of your own colored pieces. And I think these are just your starting tiles, just from the look of it. And yeah, you can see the backs of these are also color coded. So there you go. There should be 5 of these in that case. One for each player to have their own punch out pieces. All right. The Jayek. I do like the artwork in this. This looks pretty nice. So here we've got some colored tiles, some pieces here. These, I'm sure, cover up certain things. This looks like it could be a first player token. It's like a gun, futuristic kind of gun. This board here, we've got like a little wheel that we're going to be able to assemble later. Just all sorts of good stuff. And then we've got these little gear symbols on some of the tiles. Not sure yet, but I think that's production. If you control those areas. And this one has a wheel too, I just noticed. So as you can see, you're going to punch something in there. Well, I'm sure this is what goes in there. But anyway. We have this, which I'm guessing is the AI board. So even the AI has their own set of complete components. So they're not going to actually use any unused player. They're going to have their own. And then the Circadians, which of course is what the game's named after. I guess most people are going to want to try them first. Then we have a very thick, very folded game board. Let's take a look here and see what we got. And I've got it upside down. It's quite large indeed. I'd say this is kind of the size of like Escape Plan or On Mars from Lacerda. It's just a large board. I'm trying to get it all in frame for you, but yeah, there's different spots for setting up. I'm sure the factions start at certain points here, or you might end up just choosing a starting point. I'm not sure. We've got some tracks here at the top. This in the green, this in the purple. We've got your character stuff over here to put some of your tokens. And then these, which I believe you can put those square tokens on for these various actions that you can take. And of course, movement, combat, gain income, check relics. So all the symbolism that you might be looking for on your personal board is also found like right here along the sides. And so all the actions are both like kind of described and icons present. So this is the board. Obviously it's not double-sided as we saw. We've got a place here for some cards to sit. Also, I see one more track up here, this yellow one right here called the Circadians. So I'm looking and we've got the Larian, Oxataya, Circadians. We've got Jariak and Zakaro, which are at least there's 5, so 1 for each faction. And there's also, there's one for the AI right here. Boom. Everything's printed on the board that you need. Pretty good. So let's return to the box here and see what else we got inside. So I'll go maybe by color here. So we've got the blue pieces here. These should be a bunch of your workers. And these all look to be about the same. Quite a few of them. As you can see. Just painted wood pieces, meeples. Good stuff. I'm going to put that back in here. Color coded, of course, to your faction that you're playing. So these are the Zakaro dudes. And from the looks of it, each of these characters, because they're like a different species, they're going to have their own shape as far as the the Meeple. So we've got all sorts of like buildings and stuff here. So some Meeples, buildings, doing different things. What else? Different ones. Of course, we got some cubes. We've got this little, I would say that's like barracks or like a hut of some sort. And this tracker, which I'm sure is what goes on the board, you know, on their track. Okay, so those are that. Put these back and take a look at maybe the next faction. So we've got this red one, which is Juriek. Juriek? I don't know. So you got all these meeples, you know? Got a bunch of them, obviously. They've got a cool little shape there. They're about the size, maybe a little smaller, of the West Kingdom and Raiders series of games. Kind of a little smaller than that. Different shape, completely different pieces, as you can see. Looking at this bag, all these shapes are the same as the one we just saw, but just painted red. Let's look at green. Green also has the same shaped buildings. Yep. So let's look at what their meeples look like. Oof. All right. So that's that dude. These are the Larians. Larians. Perfect. Okay. That's these. Green is always my color of choice when I play games. So I'm sure I'll end up playing these guys either first or second. I know we try to randomize when there's different special powers, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, we've got this color here. Okay, these are more of the same buildings. Let me set that aside real quick. We've got the dudes, the different meeples. And this is for the AI. All right. Okay, that's the AI. And it doesn't really seem like the AI has a name. It's just named AI. All right. Inside here for the, what could be the Circadians, we do have some large meeples and like a ship. So very interesting. Here's what these guys look like. Now these are significantly bigger. Don't know why, but they are. You certainly have less pieces, but you have a ship. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't need as many. You can transport them around or something. And then lastly, the purple. Okay, let's look at the Oxataya people. These are really small, really tiny. All right. Okay, so if you're colorblind, yes, the pieces are uniquely cut and shaped for each faction, but they're so tiny, I almost wonder if it's not gonna make a difference. I'm not sure. I'm not colorblind, but it is something I think about. So here's the little pieces to make the dials that we saw. Here's some standees, which are going to be needed for the punched out characters that we looked at over here. Little standees for them. We have some dice. So these, I believe, are combat dice. So you would roll these as part of combat. You got fists on one, you got shields, you know, a lot of combat. Excellent. Then we have some of these pieces, quite large, quite numbered. These are crazy. They're screen printed on both sides. There you go. I really don't know what these are for, but they have a cool, really thick, chunky looking wood piece to it. I mean, these kind of look like the harvesters to me from the Matrix a little bit, but maybe a little more rigid. But there you go. You got these pieces. Put them there. We have some resources, which I left for last. Okay, we've got these purple ones. I think these are for establishing like mountains and landscapes and stuff. But it's cool. Like, sit on the map like that. You can maybe wall off from your opponents, you know, that kind of thing. We have some energy pieces, and there are different. There's a small and a big, so it's probably like 1s and 5s kind of thing. But I like the shape of them. They're pretty cool, and I'm guessing, yeah, they could just stand up on their own if you wanted to. Yep. So that's cool. And then finally, we've got the red, which I'm guessing is like clay / whatever it is we're mining out here. So it doesn't really have a specific shape. It's just kind of this rock cut type of pieces. All right. But there's that. All right. All of this looks really good. I like the art. I like the colors here. The board is certainly big enough. And then lastly, we've got some decks of cards. Let's start with the small ones, which I think are going to be for each faction for the most part here. All right. So, yep, first we've got your intel, two-sided for the different factions. Flip this card, add 1 to your region count. Flip this card, add 1 to your region count. All right. And then +1 attack, +1 target, I guess, in all battles against Circadians. So there you go. Everyone gets one of these. These are probably to control either the AI or they're just stuff that you can gain. I'm not sure. Resourceful, subterranean. You may use up to 3 liters. Okay, so this isn't AI. This is some other benefits that you can get. There's two-sided, and I'm not sure, you know, like which side is the stronger one, but certainly you'll be flipping them over at some point. Okay, those are kind of like mini Euro-sized cards. These look like maybe Euro-sized, like regular-sized. Let's see if I can cut this open carefully. This definitely looks like my kind of game, though, like something that I would really, really enjoy. It's heavy, it's sci-fi, it's got some worker placement. I do like area control when it's done, you know, well. Some combat's always good, some player interaction's good. All right, so here's the cards that obviously sit on the board over here. Will need to be shuffled. Okay. There's going to be a lot of conflict in this game. I can already tell. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to trying it out. Of course, got to read the rules. There's that. Then we have some cards for the factions. So we've got these characters here, and I don't know if these are all available or if you like pick 1 or 2 for your game that you know, or if you unlock them or something. There's the purple ones. All have unique artwork, which is important. I think it's cool. Adds to the replayability, the engaging factor of the game. All right. This looks like the AI player. Okay. Or actually, no, I think that's the Circadians. This must be the AI. I mean, look at them. Robotic, right? It's like Terminators. That dude's got like a jetpack on, and this guy has like a Predator-style gun on his shoulder. That's cool. Okay, these are like the blue people from, or at least the singer, the opera singer from The Fifth Element. And there's them with their suit and mask over them. All sorts of cool little creatures. Very cool. Lots of people in this faction, the Giarhic. Very interesting. Okay. These guys remind me more of like Mad Max, just from their outfits and stuff and how they look. I don't know. Okay, well, that's everything in the box. Certainly, as you can see, there's a lot of space here. Space for the cards, space for the tiles that you got to punch out. Oh, I see. Maybe these guys go in here like so. Perfect. And I think there's enough space in here for the assembled boxes that hold all these pieces that we just saw. But otherwise, this looks like they all just kind of sit right there, nice and easy. So that's what's inside. That's an unboxing here for Circadians Chaos Order. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this unboxing. Stick around on the channel for plenty of other content and other videos, tutorials especially, unboxings certainly, but every other Friday I also do news. We have a podcast. We also do a couple reviews. So I hope to see you in the next video. I've been Jared. See you next time. Bye.